Yuindu Marang, Yuindu Renée, Nagadi Gubali Warajuri Nurambangbu, Mainyabu, Mujigangalambu. Hello, my name's Renée. I acknowledge Wiradjuri land, peoples and elders. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the second day of the Digital Agri-Food Summit. And like many of you, I really enjoyed the opportunity to mingle and speak with you at the Gulbali dinner last night, which was a truly wonderful event. And I also would like to add my welcome to Dr. Joe McGurr and also I think Councillor Dallas Tout, the Mayor of Wagga Wagga, who's here. Thank you for supporting this event and for your support for Charles Sturt. Good morning and welcome to those who've joined us online also. We are a leading online university and so of course we want to always include access to information and knowledge sharing across platforms and not be limited by geography. And after all, this is a digital summit. Charles Sturt is Australia's leading regional university. We're a driver of nation-shaping agricultural research and innovation that is helping to make the Riverina a world leader in agriculture and agricultural innovation. This summit is a premier example of how the university works with industry, government, and with research partners like Food Agility, not just to undertake the research that underpins innovation, but to see it translated into new technologies, new techniques, and more productive and sustainable agriculture. We'll have another opportunity to showcase the work of the university and our partners in a few weeks' time, when we'll be welcoming the New South Wales Legislative Assembly Committee on Investment, Industry and Regional Development to the Wagga Wagga campus as part of its inquiry into technology in the agriculture and mining sectors. The university traces its origin to the formation of the Bathurst Experimental Farm and Wagga Wagga Experimental Farm in the 1890s. In one form or another, agricultural research, innovation and education has been integral to the university's character and mission for more than a century. We can proudly claim to have educated generations of Australia's agricultural workforce. Today, we draw students from across Australia and around the world, including in the latter case for our postgraduate programs. And at this event, we've been pleased to host the Austrade Australia India Business Exchange Agribusiness Mission, visiting Australia and visiting our university. And I hope many of you made connections with members of the mission while they were here. Charles Sturt University accounts for about a quarter of Australia's agriculture students and graduates, and we have a proven track record of high levels of graduate employment. On average, 80% of regional and remote area students who study on campus with Charles Sturt go on to be employed in regional and remote Australia. All told, the university has a pivotal role in educating the regional workforce, certainly in agriculture, but also in associated industries and in the businesses and services that make for vibrant regional communities. As Australia's leading regional university, Charles Sturt is a key driver of nation-shaping agricultural research and innovation, and the Digital Agri-Food Summit is one of such initiatives that we proudly partner with Food Agility and our own AgriPark to deliver. We are actively exploring how to apply new technology, maximise connectivity and make the best use of data to improve farm productivity and profitability. The campus is already home to the Southern New South Wales Drought Resilience Adoption and Innovation Hub and the Global Digital Farm, which I hope many of you got to tour yesterday, and has been announced as the site of the Department of Agriculture, now about to be the Department of Agriculture, Forestries and Fishery, Biosecurity Training Centre, which will be opened a little later this year. Ongoing digital and technologically influenced agricultural research projects based on the Wagga Wagga campus include investigating the conversion of tractors and trucks into roaming Wi-Fi devices to provide farm-wide internet coverage, and using artificial intelligence to predict the quality of rice harvests. And these are only a few examples. Our research combined with the new agri-park facilities, is predicted to grow Charles Sturt's already significant economic contribution to the Wagga Wagga region, currently $240 million per annum, or 7% of the city's gross regional product. And it's not just the Riverina where we'll be making an impact. Our history, location, and education and research profile make the university uniquely qualified to lead and influence the future of Australia's agricultural workforce, particularly in relation to the supply of graduates and the skills and knowledge that they'll need. We can also offer insights on trends in agricultural production and the challenges associated with a changing climate, evolving markets, and more recently, a global pandemic and economic shock. In responding to the government's National Agricultural Workforce Strategy, we identified 4 key issues that we know will be our greatest challenges for agriculture: agriculture enrolments and graduates, changing demographics in the agriculture workforce, changes to agricultural practice and management, and the need for adaptability and resilience. On graduates, there's a significant shortage of agriculture graduates in Australia every year. Professor Jim Prattley, who we honoured last night for 50 years of service to the university, has collated data on agriculture and related courses from across the Australian university system. His analysis shows that in 2019 there were around 4,000 students enrolled in undergraduate agriculture programs, with around 850 graduating in most years. However, the number of advertised graduate job vacancies in agriculture is over 3,000 per year, more than 3 times the number of graduates. The relatively low and static enrolments in agriculture and related fields, in spite of a strong job market, may be due to lingering perceptions of agriculture as a demanding career with less desirable pay and conditions, when the reality, and you saw that here yesterday, is that the future is very different, and indeed, agriculture is booming. There's a need to encourage and support more enrolments in agriculture courses, a necessary step towards the steep growth in the number of agriculture graduates that Australia will need over at least the next decade. Then there's changing demographics. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the average Australian farmer is male, 58 years of age, and has 37 years of farming experience. But Professor Prattley's analysis tells us that women now outnumber men in agriculture and related courses, with the ratio around 55 to 45 across all programs. In animal husbandry, more than 80% of enrolments are women. And this isn't a recent development and parallels a similar trend in many science, technology, engineering and mathematics fields in Australia. As with many other professions, the National Agricultural Workforce Strategy will need to identify and accommodate the needs and expectations of a changing workforce. The nature of agriculture itself is changing, as we've already been talking about at this summit. The future of agriculture in Australia is technology-based and data-driven, with an emphasis on more efficient use of all inputs. And we, both the university and many of you in this room, are part of the way forward. One significant challenge in adapting to this change is that the benefits of adopting new technologies or techniques may not immediately be clear to farmers, a challenge that can only be addressed through education and training. It's why Charles Sturt works with FarmLink and Landcare groups to facilitate direct relationships between our researchers and farmers for the implementation of new methods and technology. It's why our AgriPark is engaged with industry on new ways of thinking. And it's why we were proud to host the launch of the Agriculture Connectivity Paper, a 3-year partnership between NBN and the National Farmers Federation, focusing on lifting the adoption of digital agriculture through education and awareness. The increasing role of technologies like automation, information systems and smart sensors in agriculture shows us that we need to shift the way we think about agriculture as a profession, recognising that it is increasingly a high-tech one. Charles Sturt University already offers programs aligned to these trends, with units in our Bachelor of Agriculture degree that include precision agriculture and data handling, digital agriculture in practice, image processing and analysis, and production analysis and optimisation. And as Australia's largest and most experienced provider of online higher education, we have the capacity to deliver up-to-date content to agricultural workers wherever they are and whenever they need it. For example, almost all our students in viticulture and winemaking pursue their studies online while already working in the wine industry. During COVID, we were able to adapt some existing course offerings to meet the government's call for short courses to support upskilling by those whose employment had been affected by the pandemic. And we can readily do the same in response to industry needs or student or worker availability. A final challenge we need to work on is the need for adaptability and resilience in our agricultural workforce and communities. This means adapting to a changing climate, as well as to shifts in consumer preferences and global markets. There are great advantages for Australia in positioning the country as a supplier not just of basic agricultural commodities, but of premium products. And this will require a larger and more specialised workforce, one that encompasses technology, data security, quality control, value add, traceability, marketing and export. Innovation in all forms, technological, systems and processes, financial and managerial, will be essential to the future agricultural workforce and must be prioritised in a way that includes roles for universities and other training organisations, industry, professional bodies and governments at all levels. And we're acting on this. Charles Sturt's partnerships with industry, farmers, growers, manufacturers and peak bodies are an important part of our 2030 strategy. And I'd like, of course, at this point to thank our major sponsors for this event and join with Sam in thanking Transgrid, Destination New South Wales and ChemCert, and of course our partner, Food Agility. Our vision is to advance the careers of our students, inspire research excellence and drive regional outcomes with global impact. Our 2030 university strategy sets out that ambition and a path to achieving it. Impactful research is one of the foundation stones of this strategy, and we're focused on delivering outcomes that will support the vibrancy, resilience and sustainability of our regional communities. I hope you enjoy this second day of the summit, the speakers, panels, tours and research showcases, and I thank all of the students and staff of the university and our partners for the presentations that they're giving to inspire and excite us over the 2 days. Thank you.